Hello and welcome. This is Ruth Hamilton and thanks very much for joining me. Today I have the new showcase die set from Tonic Studios, and this one is called Pot of Happiness. There's 32 different dies in this die set. It's really large. I have just taken it out of the packaging just to save the glare from the camera there, but it's on acetate, then on a magnetic sheet, and also in this folder that has the ring binder holes here as well, so that's for the handy storage for it. So I have actually gone ahead and had a little look at the dies before I came to make the video, because it's quite involved. There are simple ways of using it and then there's a little more involved way. But in your die set you will get a little set of instructions. So let's have a little look at the dies. Now the first thing I noticed when I did check those instructions there were that some of these dies don't look exactly the same as they do on the instructions. So this one has open spaces in it and it does look solid on the die set, on the instructions. This one is the same, and possibly this one. My guess is that Tonic have actually added more dies into the spaces here and given you more value for money, so I think that's actually what has happened. So first of all, you can use these dies to make the pot of happiness, the little flower pot or whatever you like to make from it. And we've got the outer edge and then an inner edge and a lovely little trellis part. That could be used on a two-dimensional thing, on a card or whatever, or just whatever you want. But you'll notice this part, and there are two lots of score lines on it, so that shows you that that's going to have a little bit of dimension. And the reason being that you can make this little flower pot here, and it's dimensional, and then flowers and stems and whatnot to go inside. Now this part is in two pieces, and that's the little part that fits inside here, and then these are the side tabs, and this is the bottom part, and these pieces together fit and make this little mechanism which goes in the back, and that means that this little greeting or whatever, enjoy your day, this little pop-up part works, and that is worked from the back here. So this is the slot, creates the slot for using that, and then these are the little bits that fold together. It looks difficult, it's not too difficult whenever you get to it. So if you just follow along with me, I think you should be able to do it quite simply. Now this die is not actually mentioned in the instructions at all, and it does exactly the same thing as this one. It's just two different ways of positioning the die inside. Now the only cutting edge in this one is down the centre here, no edges round there, and that's just for positioning. But this one can also be used inside the large one here. It will cut out the same shape as that, but you'll see that it fits in there, and that will give you the exact spot to cut that out on. And really that's as difficult as it gets. So the first thing that I would say before we go any further with cutting it out and making it up is, if you think of this in two parts, it will help you make it up. First of all, we've got the box and the flower pot or whatever, the three-dimensional part, and the little mechanism, and then we've got the flowers. Now I would leave those until the end and just focus on getting this first part ready, and then we can do this part at the end. I'll be adding more in there, that's just two that I made to check it out first. So it does look lovely, and I'm looking forward to getting on with this, but what we need to do first then is just go ahead and cut out all the pieces that we need, and it'll tell you that on your instruction sheet how many pieces you need of each different die here. So I'll cut them out and I'll be right back. Before I actually get on with all of that die cutting, you'll see here that I've got my dies on my large magnetic die stand. I've just folded it down flat and kept it on the desk this time. Some of you might remember that in one of my last videos I lost a die. Well, I've actually just found it today again. It was stuck to the back of a paper pad, a paper pack actually, so it was, I have found it, but I don't want that to happen again, and it's much easier if they're just somewhere where they're all going to stay in place, and as I use them they just go back on there and they're not going to go anywhere. So that's what that is, and it's right beside me so that I can get on with this. So first of all, if you look at your instructions, you'll see that it says to cut the large shape out first and then cut the pattern into it, which is what I've done on this one and is actually what I've done on this one as well. But for the one that I'm going to use now, I want the actual base of the box, everything all to be white, and have it in the white smooth card. That's 300 GSM, although I have actually made the other one up and it's from the Craft Perfect texture weave card, and it's actually fine because there's 2 or 3 layers of it together. But for this one I just wanted to do it slightly differently. You will find the instructions as I followed them from the instruction leaflet for this one on my blog post, and the link to that will be down below there. So all of that being said and done, I have used the large die then to cut out this one. I have then used the smaller die of the same size and this one, and I've used those together to make this shape. And I have used this one on its own, so that's the smaller one of the flower pot dies, and I've used that in cream card. So what I want to do first of all is glue this on top of this and this on top of this. Now the next part that I need is to create the little pocket for the slider mechanism. So I have taken this die, and you can see there that there are 2 sets of score lines, so those fold in, you can see it there. So we fold both of them, but on the back one, because they're folding inwards to create a little pocket, I have put high tack tape. Now you could use glue, just whatever you like, and that gets glued onto here. But first of all we need to cut out the tab die, so that's this one. I have used this one once and this one again then with this one inside it. I'm actually making ice cream this time, so I should have used that one. It would have looked nice as well, have a cool birthday, but I just decided to use this one. Now I would keep this tab on as well because it strengthens it just at the bottom there too. So then we have this long tab and this little slotted one. So I have folded this one in all the right places, just at every score line, and you'll notice 2 of the little score lines are close together, and that's the one that you're going to attach. It's the only place where that's going to be attached. So I've put double-sided tape on there, and then this one is just here, and I have taken my pokey tool and just gone in there and raised that up a little bit just to make this easier to put through. So this way I'm just going to feed this through here. Until it looks like this, and then attach these 2 little parts together. And that's the only place where that gets attached. And now what you want to do is glue this onto the back here. So just make sure that that's pulled through nice and flat, and then you want to glue the back of this just onto the bottom there and just keep it central. And now that piece comes through this way. So with these tabs facing down, you want to put that in through there. That will eventually have a little mechanism, and that will move up and down in there. So you can see that this is going to face the front of the card, or the little box, and this is facing inwards. So we've finished with those 2 for the meantime. And now what we want to do is attach this to the back here. Now if you're going to put sides on this, I like to do that at this stage before I put that on. It's not how it says in the instructions, but when I've made this up a time or 2, that's how I have found it easier. So I'm going to attach the sides and the base together. So that's the sides are from this die and the base is from this one. And I've got 2 sides and 1 base, and now I'm going to attach these first of all, and then I will add them to the front the inside of the front there. And now I want to put this inside here, so I'm going to remove these tabs and make a little pocket, just fold the base over and then attach that into the inside of this. Now I've taken the large outline die again, and this one, now this one isn't actually in the instructions, but it does the same thing as this one does on the smaller die cut, and you just set it in there and centralize it. It's really easy to do, and it shows you exactly where this slot comes out, and that fits the large one. So I have cut that out twice, and I'm going to add this one on top of here and just bring this through, and when I've done that I'm going to put this on here, pull these tabs through these little slits and glue them onto the center here, and then I'll come back with the next bit. Now I've taken this little piece, this is the tiny little one, and I've scored that, sorry, it has already been scored, so I've taken it and I have folded it at all the scores, and the only bit of that that gets attached to itself to make a little tab are these two little bits in the centre. So you can either glue that or put high-tack tape in there, and that gives you the little tab. And now all you want to do is, you see where that folds around like that? Can you see the shape there? So you'll just glue that onto that tab and glue these in behind. This die cut goes on over the top of this so that you can move this up and down in between the two. So whenever you're going to put that on, just remember to only put glue around the outside so that this mechanism can move freely. So just glue around there and nowhere else. And put that in place there. And there you have it. That's lovely, isn't it? So I'll go ahead now and make up the little, I'm going to use ice cream this time. I know I said at the start I was going to make the flowers, but that's what I did in these. I made the little flower pots up first of all, and then made the flowers and put them in at the end. This time I'm going to make the ice cream for it, so that's why I've chosen these sort of pink and Neapolitan kind of colours. I've cut out the scoops of ice cream, so I've done two in glitter card, and then this one in Ballet pink, and I've actually just double-sided that one just to make it nice and firm. And then that was with this circle, and then I've taken this one for the, well, chocolate sauce I think, and I have cut that out. Now there's also a little die here that you can place into the centre of that, so when you're cutting those you could tape them both together, and that will cut out little spaces there for sprinkles, but and then you could paper paste them back in again or whatever. But what I'm actually going to do is glue these together and then glue them into the box here, the little cone, and I'm going to add some crystal drops and some glitter drops to the top of them to look like sprinkles. So I'll go ahead and glue this together. I decided rather than just use ordinary crystal drops that I would use the Aroma drops, because not only do they look really well, but they actually smell gorgeous as well. So we've got the strawberry tart and vanilla and blueberry there. Damask rose actually that is, isn't it? The blueberry I thought was just a little bit too blue on it, so I know that's a rosy smell, but it actually looks beautiful. Now I have taken this little one and I have cut that out in red glitter card and made 3 little cherries for the tops of the ice cream. And then I have taken these 2 dies together. So this one I've cut out in pink, Ballet pink, and then I've used them both on white card. And I've got that here saying lots of love, and I want that to go just at an angle across the card and across the front of the cone. I'm not used to making cards. I always say card no matter what it is I'm making. So there we are. That's it finished, and this pops up and down as you can see from the back. That's really, really cute. And don't forget that there are lots of different ways you can use these. There's the other one, and there's the little one with the tulips as well. So that you can add as much detail as you like, or you can keep them quite simple if you like. And I think they look really lovely. So I hope you enjoy that. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that. And don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so that you'll know the next time there's a video up. So I will add my affiliate links to everything that I've used down below in the description there, and I do appreciate everybody who already uses those, and thank you very, very much. It doesn't cost you any more, but it does give me a little commission, and I do appreciate that. So until next time, thank you very much. See you then. Bye bye.